Hi, Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Scott Stone. Hi, Scott, how are you?
Good morning, Paul. How you doing?
Okay, good. Co-owner of the family-owned Yolo Land and Cattle Company and the winner of the 2007 National Environmental Stewardship Award. Congratulations, Scott.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about the cattle ranch.
We are located in Northern California on the west side of the Sacramento Valley. Our ranch is in the gentle, rolling, oak-studded foothills of Northern California. We run a family operation. It's my father, Henry, and my brother, Casey, and I. Our wives and kids also help us. We run what's called a cow-calf operation. We run about 700 Angus cows. In the winter, we run the cattle up in the mountains on 3 or 4 different ranches, and then in the summer, we bring the cattle down to irrigated pasture ranches down in the valley.
Okay, so, and you take them into different areas because of why?
Well, what we're trying to do, we rotationally graze all our ranches, and so when we start getting the rain in November and December, all the grasses in the mountains grow, and we put the cattle up there for the winter. And then in the spring, as the grasses start drying up, we bring them down and put them on the irrigated pasture ranches through the summer and the fall, and they have plenty of feed, and it allows those mountain ranches to rest and be ready for the next season.
Okay, let's talk about environmentally about the how do you take care of the land? And I saw a video you had on YouTube, and it talked about there were some problems with, I guess, a drought of some sort, and how do you deal with that?
There were some problems with what, Paul?
A drought with...
Yeah, so we do have, we're in a third season in California of having a pretty high rainfall years, and so one of the ways we do deal with the drought is obviously by moving those cattle. We have a unique situation on our irrigated pasture ranches where we take the rinse water from the Campbell Soup tomato cannery. We spread it on about 500 acres of irrigated pasture during the tomato season, and in all those fields we have return systems so that we're able to catch all the drain water that comes off those fields and then turn around and recycle it and reuse it. And so it's a very efficient way to utilize the irrigation water and the rinse water, and it's good for Campbell's and good for the cows and good for the land.
We love it. I love it. Well, with the Campbell's, you usually have to rinse it with water.
Yeah, cattle like water. And then we have some of our places up in the mountain ranches. We'll take a riparian area, which can be like a pond or a stream, and we'll fence those off, and we'll exclude the cattle from those. We'll come in those exclosures and around the ponds, and we'll plant native perennial grasses, native trees and shrubs, and then we'll put in a solar pump that will take the water out of the pond, pump it into a storage tank, and then gravity flows out to different troughs in different fields for the benefit and the use of the livestock and the wildlife.
Since 90% of cattle farms and ranches are family-owned, that's a tremendous percentage. Can you hear me, Scott?
Yeah, Paul, you're coming in and out. I don't know if you're in a bad connection. That's better.
Okay. We seem to have some technical difficulties once again. Well, I guess I was saying 90% of the U.S. cattle farms and ranches are family-owned and operated. What got your family to start into initially?
Initially, my father was a sheep rancher, and the coyotes kind of won the battle when he was doing that, so he became an ag banker, and then he went and partners with a gentleman, and they had a farming and ranching operation, and Dad really liked the cattle, and so he started his own company, and Casey and I, my brother, went into it as we got out of school, and just really enjoy being outdoors, doing that kind of work. It's exciting to own and lease some of these just gorgeous mountain ranches that we're able to run the cattle on, and as we owned these properties and started working on them, we had the desire as a family to leave the land in better condition than when we found it. And so our motto's kind of always been, if you take care of the land, it'll take care of you. So we've gone a started doing all these different conservation projects, and it kind of becomes a snowball effect. The more you do and get good results and have a lot of success stories, it kind of pushes you on to do other things. And we brought in a lot of really great partners over the years, and so everybody gets pretty excited about when we do these projects, and always looking forward to the next one.
What does it mean when they say organic beef?
I'm sorry, Paul, you're breaking up. I couldn't understand that.
What does it mean when we say organic beef? Organic.
Okay, organic means that the cattle are not receiving on the pastures that they're grazing on, or any of the feed they're receiving. There's no growth. I mean, there's no fertilizer. There's no herbicides utilized in the production of any of that feed. The cattle themselves have been given no growth hormones or antibiotics. You can't use commercial wormers to worm the cattle. You have a very stringent vaccination program, which only certain vaccinations you can use. We raise natural grass-fed Angus beef, so we do not give any growth hormones or antibiotics. We're not organically certified. However, the majority of the ranches that we run our cattle on could be easily organically certified because we don't use fertilizers or herbicides on the majority of the ranches.
Okay, there's a website here as well. Your Land and Cattle, right? And then Explore Beef.
I'm sorry, Paul. I can't understand. It's really scratchy.
Explore Beef.
There's a couple of good websites that you can check. One is it's a national website. It's called explorebeef.org, and that tells a lot of really good stories about the beef industry. Gives some different recipes, and then we have our own website is YoloLandandCattle.com.
Okay. Well, I apologize for once again for technical difficulties.